Hi folks, JP here from the podcast. Just to let you all know that the podcast is sponsored by AB Entertainment, and the AB stands for Mr. Alec Beveridge. It's a DJ and entertainment business. Alex is on Facebook and Instagram, and you can hit him up through the WhatsApp for any bookings on 07845 746 092. And also folks, the podcast has taken on a new partner, and we're partnered by MCM Framing Services and Hoops Memorabilia. If you want any jerseys, or if you've got any memorabilia sitting around you want framed or anything looked after that way, contact John Mullaney, and you can get him at johnmullaney0971@gmail.com, or contact him on his mobile 07835 072 582. And here at the Unrestricted View, we hope you're all enjoying the content, and if you are, please like and subscribe. It's free to do so, and also share amongst your Celtic family as well. Hail, hail from all of us. Yes, and a warm welcome back to the Celtic Unrestricted View. It's myself, JP, and joining me this fine evening is my good man, Mr. Ryan Clifford. Well, wee man, I can see if we spoke the other night, you certainly haven't fell in love back with the Mac 3 Razors. What's going on?
I'm looking for that stubble look, mate. If you look on Tinder these days, people like that now. So, but no, don't worry, mate. It'll be off by the next time I speak to you. But I'm good, mate. Hope you're well as well. Good to be on again. Celtic are back, obviously, at weekend, so looking forward to the game. Need a big 3 points, a big performance, and hopefully that will be the case.
Yes, and hopefully that will be the case. As you said, next up for the Celts is another home game. Don't see many of these nowadays. That's the way it seems to us anyway. But back-to-back home games for us. And next up, St Johnstone. I think the last one, mate, was relatively too close for comfort, and it took a Brendan Rodgers shuriken, should I say, at half-time. Probably a slight understatement to what exactly went on in the events that happened in that half-time talk, but last time we played them, mate, it wasn't pleasant for the players, that's for sure.
No, I suppose that's why he's paid the big money, mate, to go to do the big team talks, and we did need one that day, mate. You'll probably see the same. They'll probably come and try and park the bus. That's what a lot of these teams think, try and do at Celtic Park, but they might try and see a bit of vulnerability in Celtic because, let's be fair, in terms of defensive wise, we've not been great, so they might try and exploit that. But I think if we turn up JP to what we can do, then we should be the team that goes and wins. But let's just hope that the guys are in full focus and we're going to get 3 points.
Yes, 100%, mate. And that's what we need, Ryan. Full focus in this running for the title. It's kind of... But a wee bit uncharted waters, because usually at this point of the season, mate, there's normally a bit of a gap between us and the chasing pack. And through... We've spoken on here numerous times and stuff. I think through a variety of different reasons, we have put ourselves in a position now, or we find ourselves, not put ourselves, it's probably a bit disrespectful, but we certainly haven't helped ourselves in some of the games this season. You know, there's talk about level of inconsistencies and, you know, injuries to players, and we could talk about all that, the cows came home, mate, but overall look on things is it hasn't been great. And it's at a point, Ryan, this season, I think, mate, that you're going to Celtic games, mate, and you don't know what Celtic team are going to turn up.
I think that's the big thing, mate. We don't know what team will turn up. Maybe less than 10 games this season, I would say, we've actually been full-flown Celtic, and even some of the games, the first half, the second half hasn't been great. But obviously, a good victory against Livingston. Again, not one of the best performances, but it's cup football and we won the game, so you've got to look forward to the next game after winning that game. So, get a semi to look forward to as well. So,
what a word that is for this time at night, man. A semi. You love that part of me, man, don't you?
It's seen half 10 yet. We're talking about semis
here. That's what I was going to say.
But I think in general, it's just all about. You've got to respect St Johnstone, JP, but it's all about BD. It's Celtic Park, it'll be a full crowd. Hopefully the weather's a bit better than it is at the moment. It's still great. But I like to think we'll turn up and knowing that just go all out here, get the victory, and then you've got a few 10 days or so, 2 weeks to recover until you play Livingston. So there's really no excuse to go and get the victory, in my opinion.
No, absolutely not, mate. We're at home, you know, 3 o'clock on Saturday. A lot of your fans have wet dreams about 3 o'clock kick-offs on a Saturday. I love it because it's a day out at the pub for them, and you know, well, your half 10 shows get wet dreams anyway, but that's a different reason, me man. But they love going to football 3 o'clock on a Saturday and going and seeing Celtic hopefully put on a performance and winning. Good evening to all of you who have joined us, and a very warm welcome to the show. We were on the other night, guys, and as you know, we rolled out the bonus ball. So I'm going to do this. I'll do it just now. I'm not doing it the way I did it the other night, so I'm not going to start putting things up on the screen, and you know, I'm not turning this into the Mecca Bingo. So what I will say, after I've done this, I will put another wee announcement on social services, I was going to say. Social media. I do not know what was going into my head there, man, when I said social services, but that's how you know this isn't scripted, folks, because of that right there. But I will put it on social media and tell everyone a wee update as to what's going on with the numbers, etc., what's left. And we have had some more. We came off last night, so there has been more numbers being paid for and being bought. But as you can see, folks, for those of you who may not know what's happening, the Celtic Unrestricted View are rolling out a bonus ball, and the bonus ball is for one of you lucky people to win this year. I'll take the banners away so people can see. That would be better. There we go. So we are doing a bonus ball for a Celtic fan and hopefully one of our viewers to win this Chris Sutton signed Celtic top. And as you can see, folks, the signature's right there at the bottom of the shirt, just underneath the number 9 on the strip. The 2 gold plaques have been done with Sutton's, you know, details on that, his appearances, his goals. And obviously, as you can see in the right-hand side one, it was personally signed by Chris himself. Kindly donated to the Celtic Unrestricted View by our good man, Mr. John Mullaney, who's now a partner with the podcast, Ryan. He's from MCM Framing Services and Hoops Memorabilia, mate. John's a great guy, and if anybody's looking for any of their memorabilia, you can maybe get a jersey sitting at home or anything at all, don't look any further and give John a wee shout, and I'm pretty sure he'll get you sorted. But if anybody's looking for John, I think it's today, Friday, he goes away and he what was he put it the other night, Ryan? He's about to... We
Tanner
call it...
beef.
He was calling it tan your beef.
Tan your beef, aye.
I'm just trying to picture John me.
Tan
Bermuda
beef.
shorts on and a big bit of... a big rolling beef sitting there beside him on a sun lounger. But all in all, John, I hope you have a good trip, mate. Hopefully you'll get a bit accustomed when you come back as well. And some lucky person that's seen this and obviously looking for a jersey to be framed, mate. So, yeah, so the bonus ball, folks, is currently live just now. If you're going to pay your money, we've got a PayPal account, and that there is the details that's on screen for you just now. So Ryan Clifford, number 9 at aol.co.uk. And all you have to do, folks, is leave a wee message. Tell us who you are. And obviously what you're looking for in terms of numbers. What I will say, Ryan, I don't know if it's maybe a better idea now if folk want to do it. Maybe we can just fill in random numbers for people because a lot of numbers are already away. And I think it's going to be too long just now if I have to go through this pad that I've got here with all the numbers and all the names that have been done already to let everybody know what's still available. So I done that the other night because it was the kind of live, it went live. But if anyone else is looking for a number, all you need to do is get in contact with us. You can do it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or you can message us on the community section of our YouTube channel. Ryan, it's a fantastic prize, mate, to be given away. Like I said earlier, it was kindly donated by John himself. So, all in all, mate, it's obviously going to be a good prize for someone to have as a wee keepsake, mate.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Like I said the other night, it's basically the price here. A great sausage roll, and you can have a fantastic top, mate. So, like I said, it's just a wee bonus ball for just to show support to the followers and the listeners. You support us, so it's kind of donated by John to do this for you. So, if anybody does want a wee shot, fire away into any of the sections of the social media, the community, TikTok, or underneath in the comments, and we'll gladly get a number for you, how many you want. Probably would be best just to maybe give us how many numbers you want, and we'll be able to put them down for you just to save us having to kind of double back on numbers. A lot of people are picking the same numbers, so it's probably better just to have random ones if that's okay for you. But yeah, we're available on any social media platform, TikTok, Facebook, the YouTube community as well, and myself and JP on Instagram as well. So any platform you want to get us on, just let us know and we'll go for there.
Yeah, that's it. And I know there's quite a lot of people that like picking their individual, their individual numbers. But like Ryan says, folks, the numbers are kind of going now. So a lot of the favourite numbers, like number 67, number 7, the numbers at Celtic. That's numbers after your wee show at night time, pal. So just you control yourself, like you keep saying. This is a family show, Ryan.
It's a family show, right?
You need to sort of, there could be kids watching, Ryan, and you're coming out with numbers like that, mate.
If I listen to 69, it's just a number 9. It's just a number 69. That's all it is.
And for anybody else that might be joining us, from the other side of the city, who obviously don't support us, but we seem to be getting a lot of traction from yourselves. If number 16 and number 90 are both gone, so you'll no longer be able to be given those numbers. As is number 55, believe it or not, Ryan, that's away as well. So, I think that's going to throw a wee spanner in the works for some, mate.
I think that one's a wee bit of an asterisk on it, won't it? Let's be fair. So I think that one will count anyway. So
yeah, among other things as well.
Aye.
But yes, now back to the football. Obviously, Celtic take on St Johnstone this coming Saturday at 3 p.m, which is tomorrow. Ryan, in terms of team-wise, mate, what's your thoughts and your early thoughts in terms of the way the team might shape up for this game?
Well, I think the first name of the team should be Kyogo after we chatted the other night. I think he's got to play now, considering he is your best striker, and we need to play with the best players we can who are fully fit. And for me, Kyogo is that man. I know a few weeks ago I did say that he wasn't maybe performing to the levels we thought, and maybe he did deserve a wee shot on the bench. But when you really think about it, going for the league title, you kind of need your best players on the park, because the wee man can pop up with a goal. He might do nothing for 80 minutes, but he might get your last minute goal. I know Big Adam, he does done well, but if we're being honest, he is going to be the second choice probably. He probably should be. Kyogo, if he's fully fit and fully focused, he is the man to look out for. So I'd probably say I would start him, get him, maybe trying to get him a goal before the international break for confidence into the next two league games, which are probably vital in terms of the challenge for the league. Because if you go away Livingston and win, and then you stay, well, hopefully they're across the water to drop points, but I can't see it. But if you do, then we could potentially be top, or we could potentially be where we are. I think it's 1 point at the moment, 2 points, 1 point, 2 points. So if you go to Ibrox with that, and then you go there and win, it kind of gives you a lot of momentum in the last few games of the season. So obviously we need to just win the game tomorrow. And I would say Carter Vickers, even if he's fit, I would just play him on the bench. I wouldn't risk him. As much as every game's massive, I think just play him on the bench, and then only really play him if we need him. So maybe if it's maybe nothing each, or 1-0 down with a bit to go, then maybe put him on to maybe to help us in that sense, to maybe defensively sort us out a wee bit. But I know I've criticised Welsh and Scales, but I like to think him, Scales, Welsh and Lagerbielke, if he could come in and play, should be good enough to nullify St Johnstone. So I would like to see Lagerbielke play, if I'm being honest, I would. Do I think he'll do it? No, I don't think he'll throw him in for the cold. I would like him to do it, because Celtic Park, pressure's kind of off at Celtic Park. Your fans there, they're expected to win. I'd rather he played here than throw him in against Livingston away in that Astro Park. So for me, I'd like Lagerbielke to play, mate. I don't know what you feel, but I don't think he'll do it. But I wouldn't even, when you risk McGregor, wait till the national break, I wouldn't even risk Vickers, put him on the bench, see how we go. But I would say Kyogo and Kuhn and Maeda, I think they've got to play. Try and keep the same team if you can. Maybe barring 1 or 2 changes, because you want to try and keep that momentum now. If you chop and change too much, it could just stop that again, and you might not get that flow. So I'd probably say that's my early thoughts at the moment, mate.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there with Cameron Carter-Vickers, because it's been one of those seasons, isn't it, mate? That he's came in and he's broke down. He's came in and he's broke down. He's came in and he's broke down.
That's a half ten show.
Aye. No, was that no break dancing? No, it wasn't breaking down, was it?
Break your heel and put it back in again.
Aye. Lionel Richie playing in the background all night long.
All night long, aye. Oh, brilliant, man.
Aye, superb. So it's been one of those kind of stop and start seasons for Cameron Carter-Vickers. He's probably played more in the team than Rio Hatate has, but again with him as well, he's been injured, he's come back, he's got injured. So, and now this injury to Callum McGregor is a massive worry, in my opinion. It's how long is he going to be out for? Is it going to last till after the international break? Obviously the worrying sign there is he's not been selected to go and play with his national team. So is it one of those ones that is he going to be back after the international break? I know the prognosis for the manager is that him and Rio Hatate are going to rejoin the group after we come back from the international group break that's happened and been and gone. So, but there's just that element of worry, Ryan, because I would say the most important part of our season is going to happen after this international break. And we need to have the team back and firing, mate. We need to have our players fully fit, fully focused and ready to go. we can't have guys coming in, mate, and playing 20 minutes and then waving out to the bench and saying, no, my tights have been ripped and I need half because my big toe's sore, and we just don't want that. He comes off with a sore toe and ends up in the hospital with 2 infections in his ear. Or one of the ones. And then it's sort of one with Burnaby, you know. He went off with a sore leg, mate, and the next day he was limping on the other leg. So Jack and Victor to Winston, you better find out what leg's sore. You've changed there about 3 or 4 times. So it's one of those ones, mate. It really needs to be spot on. And the medical team, they're going to come in for criticism, right? Because if they don't get this spot on and get the guys back fit and ready to go, it could really have a detrimental effect on the season, mate. It really can. And that, for me, Rio Watati, Callum McGregor, Cameron Carter-Vickers, every single one of them, mate, along with Kyogo, all coming in and starting, they all make a massive difference to your team, mate. The quality difference there is absolutely night and day. So for me, mate, it needs to be right, though. It can't just be rushing players back for the sake of it. We should have enough to beat, and this is, again, I don't want to be disrespectful, we should have enough to beat St Johnstone tomorrow. Totally. And I'm including young lads like Daniel Kelly. You know, if these boys are going to aspire to do anything in our first team, then they're going to have to, you know, these are the games you need to make your bread, is what's been said before. So I don't know how you feel there, mate, but like I says, mate, for it to happen, it needs to be right. It needs to be spot on. I don't know if that's one of your half-10 appointment for the night, mate, just coming in there.
Aye.
But it needs to be spot on. Aye. It needs to be right.
Aye, it's got to be right. The guys have got to be fully fit, or even close to being fully fit. They've got to. It's not just for the now; it's for the general longer-term thing as well. There's no point in playing Vickers if his hammy's going to pull it after half an hour or a game, and then he can't train for 3 or 4 days. So that's why I'm saying we've got to manage him now. The medical team have got to manage. As much as Vickers will probably say he's fit because he wants to play, they've got to manage that. So I don't want them getting injections. I don't want them having to give him stuff to play. We want to play when they're fully fit. I know that happens in football. I know some players take injections to play and to try and get through 90 minutes without pain, and you don't want that as much as maybe for a game or two, maybe into the season. But now I think that's not something you want to do. You want to try and keep them fully fit as long as possible. So Carter Vickers, if he's fit, again, I'm maybe put him on the bench. And maybe if he's got to play, then maybe put him on at half time or the second half. But don't really play him if he's not fully fit, because you've got maybe 10 days or 2 weeks to get him rested. So I'd rather have him resting for 2 weeks, maybe doing upper body stuff, strengthening work before he goes back in for the last 2 games of the season. So McGregor as well, I don't know how bad his injury is. The scans, there's nothing there with the scans, so we don't know exactly, is it bruising, is it just sore Achilles? We don't know exactly what the problem is. So, and one thing is, we don't want him to rupture that, because if he ruptures that, he's out for months. It's a long time about if he pops that. So we need to be careful what we're doing with him. So he'll know himself. He'll know himself. He's no a silly guy. He's a very intelligent guy, and he'll know his body. So I'm hoping he'll be fit for after an international break. I'm glad he's not with Scotland. So that means that he'll be rested. There'll be less games again. Normally Callum plays 80 games a season, so it's lesser games for his. It's lesser games for his.
2 months, is it no?
It's lesser for his body to obviously handle as well. So Kyogo, hope he stays fit as well. So Hatate will be like a new signing when he comes back, because the last time we seen him was last year, November or something, wasn't it? Start December, November roughly, when it was that time. So maybe before that. So he could have stop-start season as well. So I've no doubt, mate, that if Carter Vickers, McGregor, Kyle go fully fit and Hatate's fully fit, if they four are fully fit and firing by the international break into Livingston, I've no question we'll go and win the league. But this is what I'm saying. Maybe a few years ago, even last year, we had guys who were just about the same quality coming off the bench. Now it's maybe not as much, and there's maybe a wee gap in the quality. So I'm hoping in the summer we can obviously change that. But at the moment, we just need to go what we've got. But I think if you get A4 back fully fit, mate, I think it's a massive boost, and it will send maybe showers down outside the city.
Yeah, I think so, mate. I think obviously looking in from their side, especially if we start picking up a bit of form, if we start showing a wee bit of consistency in terms of the way we're playing and the way we're doing things. In my opinion, mate, I think the team shape needs to change. I think that's the problem. We're seeing things like Matt O'Reilly's, we're saying he's off for him. Today's, I've seen that he's been selected now for the...
Did he get put in it?
The Denmark team, yeah. They had an injury to...
Right, because I know that he put in it.
What's the lad's name? Is it
Nordegaard
or not?
Brentford.
Is that what it... Yeah.
Christian Nordegaard.
Yeah.
Right.
He's pulled out with injury. So
Is he not
the manager's
back?
obviously... I think he must be a midfielder, mate. He's got to... I think it's a midfielder for a midfielder. Unless they're going to play a Riley at left centre-back and they change it up. Stranger things have happened in football, mate. I once knew a guy called Effie. He used to play at centre-back for Celtic and beat Barcelona.
A guy Miku plays up front and one and also.
Guy Miku, yeah.
But Miku should back him one, mate. He's a bell.
No, definitely, Miku. If you're tuning in, mate, and you understand the lingo, please feel free to contact us, mate. We'll get you on. I think Miku is currently sitting with Mo Kamara and Big Mark Viduka, sitting in a coffee place over in the outskirts of Australia somewhere, mate.
Like I say, mate, as much as maybe the guys won the great, they've been part of an unbelievable victory and they'll always be doing history. So it just shows you that ability-wise, you can have all the ability in the world, but if you're a good team and you've got solidarity and you've got togetherness and you've got everything, you can't go and do this. It just shows you football's a strange game, mate. Just because you're top of the league or you're bottom of the league or you're massive teams to, let's be fair, Celtic should never beat Barcelona. We shouldn't be. We shouldn't be beating Real Madrid. We shouldn't be beating...
You sound like Tommy Sheridan there. Solidarity.
Solidarity, aye. Let's be fair. On paper, we should be nowhere near these teams, but it just shows you what an atmosphere can do, what a togetherness can do, what belief can do, and a lot of the players believed that night they were going to win. I know when we spoke to Kelvin Wilson, and he says Chris Commons was confident we're going to win. He says, big man, we were there this night. Kevin Walsh was like, hi, no bother, and they did. So it just shows you that it only takes a bit of belief when you do things. But so as much as I'm how you laugh and joke about certain players that played for Celtic, the fact they've done that, mate, they'll always win history books at Celtic.
No, 100%. And obviously young Tony Watt at the time as well came on and lit the place up with that goal. After that, I think Tony's done well. What a memory that, what a memory that'll be for Tony. And at the time, it would have been amazing for Tony and his family. And God knows what the goal bonus was then as well, but he'd have got he'd probably got a wee pie out with that as well, mate. So, I remember being there that night, Ryan, and it was one of the nights, Ryan, we both had this feeling, me and you, had the feeling when we walked into Celtic Park on the Wednesday evening in the February when we beat them 3-0. And it's the first time I've ever seen Borna Barisic sit down in the middle of a football match.
Twice,
aye. The second man after that, he just lost the plot. He just totally lost the plot. And there was one, he was League One John was in goals for him. And he played the ball out for the back and Turnbull intercepted it and scored. And Barisic was actually at my side in the north stand. I don't know what somebody was saying to him, but somebody was bantering with him or whatever, and he turned round. He wasn't watching the actual game. He was more interested to what was being said to him after the Celtic fans, and he turned round and he made a face at the guy as if you're talking rubbish, kind of thing, you know, like, and it was kind of literally right in front of me. So just as that happened, League One John has got the ball, so he's turned as if right he's going to lump this up the field, and he passes it out and Turnbull scores. Well, you should have seen the reaction in an off stand right at Barisic. He got it stinking, man. And he just kind of smiled and shook his head and turned away as if, I don't want to be here. You know, I want to get out of here. And I've always thought of him getting up the tunnel that day. Martin for still game, walking with his mammy. And he's walking in and, relax, Martin, we'll go home and we'll have a nice wee cup of tea, we'll have a wee snowball. No go any snowballs, Martin. No snowballs? No. Relax, you've got an Empire biscuit. I'm not wanting an Empire biscuit. Whereas I seen it differently for Barisic, right? So what I heard in my head was, relax, Borna, we'll go home, we'll have a nice bath, we'll order a Chinese. I'm not wanting a Chinese. I'm not wanting to eat Chinese food. I want to just go to my bed and lie in a dark room. So I kind of, you know, had it in my head that that's what was being said to Borna that day. But all in all, mate, it's just Celtic. You've made a couple of statements here, mate. Celtic part of gave us those kind of memories. You know, that's the memories they've gave us. And we've watched Celtic win many times at Celtic Park, Ryan. But those kind of iconic games, mate, that's what's so good about being a Celtic fan, because they're always going to be with you, mate.
Oh, massive, mate. I actually remember the podcast before we beat them in March. 3-0, I think February, March.
That was in February. It was actually the night after my birthday.
Aye. And I said to you, 3-0. I mean, I think we'll do it 3-0. And I actually put it on as a coupon. I put a 10 on 3-0 and it came in. I was that confident we were going to win. And I can remember walking into the stadium. I just seen the atmosphere and it was all smoky and the lights. And I just thought, this is what I'm doing tonight. And it was an absolute humiliation. And I still feel that until, I hope it doesn't happen this season, but until they beat us again, I still think there's a massive mental block. And I still feel it's from that night, night there. For me, that was
amazing.
It was one of the best atmospheres and games I've ever been to. It was so good. Some of the football was Abada was tremendous that night. It was absolutely superb. McGregor, superb. Again, so some of that team are still here, so we know that team can play like that. So I think that's one reason why we've been a bit frustrated this season, is because we've not seen maybe the full talent of some of the players. But listen, there's no reason why we can't go and do that again at Ibrox or go and do that at Celtic Park. So I still believe, JP, that if everybody turns up in this team to even 80%, I still feel we're far better than everybody else. But you've got to, as much as people don't want to respect your opponent, you've got to respect that they've got a new manager, they've done well under him. In my opinion, I do feel we've maybe let them back in it by dropping points, but that's just what happens when you drop points and teams take over. That's what happens. But I've got every confidence that if we go into this international break, come back into Livingston fully fit, with your big players back, get a victory in the next two games, you go to Ibrox, and I've got a big feeling, mate, that the manager thrives after these games. You've seen it at Ibrox. He thrives
that's when Brendan comes into his element, right?
I think he's only get beat. Is he only get beat once at Ibrox? I think. Or is he only beat Ibrox? It's one of the two. I think he's only beat once, or he's through. It was when he played Mikey Johnson up front.
Oh no, we have. But it was Ryan Jackett scored the winning goal.
So we've only been beat once, I think, under Rodgers at Ibrox. I don't think they've even beat us at Parkhead, have they? I think they've only beat us once.
No, they drew. The closest they've came under Rodgers anyway. They drew with us.
No,
Clint Eastwood.
Aye. So he's got a good record against Rangers, same across the water.
Clint Earhall.
Aye. So that's when Rodgers tends to, you see him before these big games, especially against them across the water. He's always dead calm and he's always like, listen, it's just another game, and that's the type of games you want him in your side. So we try and get these 2 games done and dusted. We get the 6 points, and then we'll let's be fair, it's going to be hard, but I think a lot of people after this game Saturday will be thinking towards that game. Livingston are not really doing well, so you've got to think you're going to go there and get a victory, because it seems ominous that they're going to go down. So it would be a bit of a shock if they beat us. I noticed in that Aston, but if you go there and you get another 3 points, mate, then it all goes to the game at Ibrox, and it could be winner takes all. So, like I say, mate, people might think I'm negative or no, but even
Livingston's after the international break, Ryan, isn't it?
Yes, and so we've got 3 big games, mate. People might think I'm negative, but see if we are still 2 points behind and we do get a draw, and it stays the way it is, then listen, I'm not going to be too downbeat, because you're still in your hands, you're still going to Celtic Park, and they've still got games to play as well. So I've always said, people might say, Ryan, football's about winning, it is, but I've always said I will always go to Ibrox to take a draw. I'll always, because I don't want to get beat, but I love winning, and when you do beat them, especially when there's potential, we don't know yet if there's going to be a crowd yet, if there's going to be 2,000, 3,000, 700 in the crowd, we don't know what's going to happen yet. But because I know there's wee chat about the maybe changing. Me personally, we all know what we want, but it's probably not going to happen, because you've obviously got season recorders there now. So, but listen, I know we don't want to think too far ahead, but if you win Saturday and you beat Livingston, mate, you've got yourself in a good position to go and get the rest of the job done.
Well, that's it, mate. And you've just got to look at Thursday night and how football is a funny old game, you know. There they've been turned over at a big house by Benfica. Now, the week previous to this, Ryan, everybody was jumping over hills and running far away and jumping on their bikes and their scooters and everything else. And, you know, they were shouting about what a result that was when we went to Lisbon. And, you know...
That means nothing to qualify.
Well, this is it. I mean, we talk about it often enough on here, mate, when, you know, you're probably... I've not seen it personally, but I don't think it's going to be very long since we see comments like, we didn't get through because Jack Butland never get picked for England squad, and, you know... They were all elated when that was happening, but football's a funny old game. You've just got to look at West Ham as well. They go to Germany, they lose with Freiburg, they then beat Freiburg 5-0 in London. So football can change in a second. And this season for us, it's been a bit topsy-turvy. You know, it's been that way from the start to now. There's been a lot of inconsistencies, change of manager, change of the team, loads of players leaving, loads of new players coming in, players for the other side of the world, try to bed in and learn the new lingo, culture, way of doing things, learn the manager's way. And even the guys that we had, still trying to learn about the change of manager we've got now, and you know, the way this manager wants to work, the way things are going to go. So there's been a lot of chop and change, you know. I keep hearing that Celtic are poor, right? And I've heard it for the beginning of the season. Realistically, Ryan, you know, Celtic are still in with a shout at winning the double. You know, and a lot of the way, you know, we've spoke about it on here, but a lot of the way, in my opinion, that Celtic have been lambasted through the media, you would think Celtic are sitting struggling to make the split. Or sitting in a second or third place in the league. I mean, that's not the case. But like the banner says there, mate, it is time now that Celtic need to deliver quality. And it's time for certain individuals to step forward now and take us to another level. And if we go to that level that I've seen us even play this season, you know, at home against Lazio, Atletico Madrid, if we play to that level, mate, there's no team in this country will be able to live with us. Even the 2 derbies that we're already played, they've no laid a glove on us. Out with Tavernier's free kick at Celtic Park, they have not laid a glove on us. So you can sing about this and sing about that and do what all you're doing. You've got to do it on the pitch. The difference between the teams, in my opinion, is we've got serial winners in our team. The team across the water that we're dealing with, in my opinion, I've got serial bottlers. Guys who don't know what it's like to get over the line and do it time and time again. Even sometimes when your back's to the wall. Guys that have got the experience and the know-how to dig you out the hole. We talk about James Forrest, Ryan. Again, Barry Bannon hit it home just a short time ago, and the last time he was on the other night. And he talks about James's experience. Frightening, mate. We've got that in abundance. Guys, like you says yourself the other night, the remarkable turnaround and the trophy hall and the medals the wee man's collected in his time. They don't have that. Alistair Johnson signed last January. And he's probably won more trophies at Celtic than James Tavernier's won in his whole career at Rangers. Like I've said to you earlier on, mate, it's funny how football works. Mitchell Frame has won more games in the Champions League than Paul Gascoigne and Brian Laudrup ever managed to do in their careers. Football's crazy, the way things work. And the Champions League's much more harder to get a result in now than probably what it was way back in the day. But way back in the day, that Rangers team were conceding 4 and 3 and 4 and, Juventus beat them with 4. Ajax beat them with 4. They have now obviously been, they shout about being good in Europe and doing this and doing that. They're not that good in Europe. They've got the worst record in the Champions League history. That night they conceded 7 goals at home against Liverpool. They were labelled the worst ever team to play in the Champions League. But all we keep hearing and being told is that we need to do better. We're this, we're that, we're this, we're that. And Brendan Rodgers is right, Ryan. That's all we've heard this season. If we won the league this season, the media will say that they threw it away. That's where we are. It doesn't matter what it is we do. We have blessed this league. We have blessed this country. We're letting them watch us win 5 trebles out of the last 7 years. A quadruple treble, Ryan. No other team in world football has managed to do that. I don't care what league you play in, mate. That's one of the hardest things to do. I just won 1 treble. We won 4. So that's what gives me confidence, Ryan, and that quality players can deliver when they really need to. When they have already showed us that they can be counted upon. I know Big Alan has said before on here as well that you don't know what Celtic team's going to do this. You don't know what Celtic team's going to do that. One thing you do know, they guarantee you quality. They guarantee you enough to set us up to win. And that's what we need for them, Ryan. That's what, the banner says it there. Celtic need to deliver quality now as the season's coming to an end. That's what we need to do. We need to deliver the quality. Because if we don't, then we're going to fall short this season. And by the way, that can happen as well when you've had so much success. What can happen at Celtic is if you have this season consecutively, then that becomes an issue. But that hasn't happened. We won a treble last season. But again, mate, it still doesn't seem to be enough for some of the fans.
I think the focus of this season it's just frustration because we've no just yet anyway. We've not really built on the success we had last year. I know.
Yeah,
I know it's hard to build. I know it's hard to build on. How do you build on a treble? Well, you spend a bit of money and you try and keep the quality. You try and add to the quality. As yet, we've not seen maybe enough quality for the European side. I get in terms of the Champions League, I was performance-wise, it was better. It was okay, especially the game at Celtic Park. But for me, I thought we should have done a lot better. We weren't prepared for Europe again. Me and you spoke about it last night on the phone that every year we just seem to be not prepared. We had Beaton at the back sometimes with Dane Murray, and we always knew that this group stage was coming, and we weren't really prepared for it. And I think that's one reason why now you've seen some of the recruitment team leaving. I think the manager's obviously not happy. He knows that it wasn't working. You need to go. Because
it's not that it wasn't working, Ryan. I think the frustration is we went all in and body with going and getting too many labelled project type signings.
For
guys
me,
who maybe don't have enough experience in order to get.
It's not worked. It's not worked in terms of
it's
the
not
money
worked
spent.
as in yet now. But that's nothing to say that home Yang. Well, for me, Yang's going to come good. I think I've got full confidence, and then obviously Kuhn as well. We saw him last weekend. We need him to continue in that form.
I've still got my reservations about every signing, to be honest with you. Even I like Nerowski, but he's still got to prove it on a consistent basis. I like the look of him, but I'm probably saying most of the signings we have signed, even Palmer as well, you'll probably see the best of him next season. I don't think we've signed anybody right now that's come in and went, wow, what a player, or wow, brilliant, amazing. Palmer's done okay, his numbers look okay, but I think he's got to do better as well in certain games. But listen, some of these guys have came from different countries, and it might just make sure next year they're better. But at Celtic, we need guys to come in right away. And again, but I don't really want to sit and talk about it too much because that's done now. We just need to focus on the rest of the season. I still feel we've got enough to go into the season, win the league and the Scottish Cup. But I did say last week, I said it on here, or 2 weeks ago, as much as I like to win a double, if we lose the Scottish Cup, I will be a bit, disappointing. But we need to win the league. That is the bread and butter. We need to put everything to win the league. As much as you want to win the Scottish Cup, we need to make sure we win this league, because if we win the league, it's bye-bye Rangers and it's bye-bye Scottish football, because if we get the right recruitment in the summer, we'll fly away. So we have got to make sure, and that's why I'm happy that some of the changes will be happening, because I would not trust any of that recruitment team to deal with a big wad of money.
Oh, you let me down there. I thought you were going to turn into Nelly Furtado. I'm like a bird, I want to fly away.
I do think that if we get the league done, win the league, then you've got a good part of money there. That's without your training gears, your new strips, season books, everything else. You might sell a player for big money. So there's loads of things. If you win the league, we should be going in a high spectrum upwards. We shouldn't be down the way. And I feel this season we've timed them down a wee bit and we've not went up. So I think no matter what, the summer there'll be changes. I do feel I'm more than confident with this team. There's, like I say, that I've never doubted them in terms of their ability. Certain games this year I thought, right, if we don't win this, what's going to happen after it? Because people might think it's entitlement or we're spoiled or whatever. But see if we win a treble, with the finances that we've got and the manager we've got and some of the players we've got and with the players that we could have potentially had through everything we've had, if we go a season trophyless, it's an absolute disgrace in my opinion. And it won't wash with the fans. There'll be a lot of, so let's just say I don't think there'll be quiet protests. I don't think there'll be quiet mumblers at summer. I think there'll be a big outcry with the fans, and greatly so in my opinion, because as much as Celtic, you know, divine right to win every trophy, for Celtic to win our season with no trophies, with the money and everything else we've got, it's no ideal. So, but we'll think about that if it happens. But I just can't see the losing league, mate. I just, maybe with Liam Scales and Welsh at back, but I did say that night, I'm not going to go back on that. I might fear for us, even though that's a poor Rangers team. It sounds as it is a poor Rangers team. I won't have any Rangers fan tell them it's no, because it is. You've got guys like Golson, who they think are Carter Vickers. He's getting older. He's making silly mistakes now. Tavernier, zero loser. Just he's not a defender, can't defend. You've got Scott Wright playing in the Champions League recently. What did I do wrong in my career? I don't know what I've done wrong. You've got Dessers up front, slow as a boat. So we've still got the better players and we've still got a better team. but we need to show it now. So in a way, I've just disrespected them, but at the same time, you've got to respect they're going to challenge you, and it's down to us to go and take the mantle and go and progress. But
I think there's still hope for you yet, mate, with the fact that Scott Wright's still playing football in Europe.
Like I says, mate, I know I'm having a laugh and a joke. Listen, the guy's obviously playing at a good level, and I know a few Rangers fans I know as well. I'm not saying he's great, and listen, fair play to him, he's playing at a good level, but it's crazy, man. It's mental. But I do believe we'll go win the league, mate, as long as Carter Vickers and that are back. I do feel we've still got the best squad, mate, in terms of the first 11 fully fit. That's no doubt about it. They've not got a goal scorer up front. We have, and Kyogo, and maybe possibly Ida, but he's not shown it just yet fully. If Kyogo's fit and firing, JP win the league, it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And Barry said as well the other day, if Carter Vickers is fit, you win the league, because he's an absolute, he's a machine, man. Let's be fair, he's a Premier League player playing with Celtic. He's a top 10 Premier League centre-back playing with Celtic. And it was just unfortunate at Spurs that the guys that they have a top at the time. People slag Eric Dyer. Eric Dyer's a top player. He's playing with Bayern Munich now, and I'm possibly keeping him next season. Can't be that bad. So, but
I don't know about that right enough, because I've got FIFA for the PlayStation, and I went to play with Bayern Munich, and I put Eric Dyer into my team, and with a power cut in the house. I was using my PlayStation. What are you doing?
That's just your control. You pressed square instead of triangle on that, didn't you?
Yeah, that's it, mate.
But overall, mate,
that's not the shoot button. That's the power control button.
And then they pass it back. You turn it off, didn't you? Aye. Spawny, so and so. But no,
that's called FIFA Rage, mate.
Aye, FIFA Rage, aye. But like I say, mate, on us. I would like us to. I know they get put out tonight, but I'd love us to go and be on Europe, and if that's the last to the Champions League, or if it's finishing third, and I'd like to be on, mate, and I'd like us to progress in Europe. I don't want us to just keep finishing fourth and getting a few points and getting money. And I do believe that people might think it was, but I do believe that the interview for Angela day was a wee dig at Celtic board about them just want to participate and not want to progress. And I want us to go and progress. And I think under Angela, because of the group we got this year, we're thinking, right, still a hard group, but it could potentially be a group that we could maybe get something out in. We just fell a wee bit short, and small margins, mate, an offside, a touch for a toe, and it's just, like you just said, mate, football's a funny game. If Maeda and Palmer's no offside, we could have finished second. So it just shows you, and mate, imagine we finished second. I do not believe we're in a position where we are at the moment. I think the team just went boom. The confidence was sky high. And it's just football, mate. Football. Barry Barnes hit a nail on the head as well, mate. Last week as well. Football's a crazy game. It can change in 2 minutes. You can score a goal and be 1-0 up, and then 2 minutes later 2-1 down. So you've got to have every faith until what's the old saying, to the fat lady sings. That's the old saying in football. That's the old saying at least. Just going past, that's the saying. You don't stop singing to your end of the game, and you don't stop fighting to the end of the game. So I've got a big feeling, mate, in the season we'll win tomorrow. After the break, we'll be fully focused, fully fit, and hopefully going on to a chance to win the league.
By the way, you talk about football's a funny old game. I believe that Butland never gets elected by Southgate because Southgate watched the footage of Butland playing for Stoke in 2018 and talking about the man himself. We banning with free kick off a post and in.
Have that, Butland.
Have that, big man. Pick it out of the net.
He's a way to take the bins out of it, I know, and cut the
grass.
Take
the bins out as well, son, and you're cutting my grass in a couple of weeks' time because it needs done soon. So, have that one. But, no, football is a funny old game, mate. It can change in a second. I know you're saying, obviously, about a run in Europe and stuff like that, Ryan, which would be nice. Obviously, that's something we could probably talk about on another podcast itself. But in terms of, I'm going to ask you first because I know you don't really like talking that much. So I'm going to put this one on you first. Just so that I can try and get a word done before we finish up.
I'm actually all right. I've let you talk, and come on, I'm all right. I'm all right.
Aye, you're all right tonight, aye. I just don't want any of the comments coming in and
I know.
saying JP gonna let him talk.
I know.
What was it John Mulaney says to you? You don't come up for air.
I take the auction out something, didn't I? I something the auction
Aye.
a fart or something in it.
Aye. Get more air inside him than the Hindenburg. That's a Zeppelin you have, what?
Terrible flag you're in, John, so it's terrible.
Shocking, John, I know. Shocking. You're trying to put your name out there for you and on your time. That is shocking, man. Ryan was going to say something else about getting sunburn and all that, but I don't think he's going to lower himself to that kind of style.
No.
In terms of team-wise, Ryan, give us your wee team prediction for the game tomorrow.
Well, I do think he'll go with the same backline. I do think he'll go with Skills in Welsh. Ideally, I think, for me personally, I would take one of them out. And I would, I'll go with my team, mate. If I was picking a team, I would want Johnstone, Taylor, either Welsh with Lagerbielke or Skills or Lagerbielke. Probably, I think Welsh should be a bit better than Skills. Maybe out of the two of them, no great, but I'd say I'd rather Welsh than Skills. So, because Skills keep passing the ball back, man, it's more than getting the ball forward. So, for me, I'd play Lagerbielke with Welsh. I would play Taylor left back. Your midfield, I'd maybe keep it the same. I'd keep it Awata.
Gary Wills.
Gary Wills. Awata, Bernardo and O'Reilly. And then up front, I would go with Kuhn, Maeda and Kyogo. What I think he'll do is, I think he'll keep the same, but I think he'll play Welsh and Scales at the back. I don't think he'll change it. Personally, I think he should, because the two of them, I don't want to be disrespectful, but they've not been great in the last 2 or 3 games. At least they've been causing us goals and we've looked really nervous at set pieces, and that's not great. We shouldn't. Again, people might say it's entitlement, JP, but I know football, anything can happen, but Celtic should not be conceding 2 goals at home against the team who's bottom of the league. That just, for me, that just shouldn't be happening. We should be trying to keep a clean sheet. So that's what I wanted to do. Hopefully we score, but keep a clean sheet vital, mate.
Yeah, obviously keeping a clean sheet obviously helps you probably score goals at the other end as well, and get the victory a bit more and be a bit more comfortable in the game. Personally, I think the team will change totally. I think it'll be a different side that plays in Saturday altogether. I think you'll see Dimitri carrying in goals, Paul Telfer at right back.
Lawson at left back.
No. I think you maybe see Josh Thompson coming in at centre back, along with Thomas Ronya and Badr El Kaddouri at left back. I think your midfield will change as well. I think you maybe see Landry and Guemo coming in. He's all right. I think beside him it will be Evander Snow. I think out in the right, he'll probably, for height and physicality, might play Jarosik. And on the left, I think I've heard he's back for injury now. I think it might be Olivier Capo that plays out there.
Dave Richter, no.
No, he's, apparently, believe it or not, man, he's still injured. He cut his ankle getting up off his sun lounger in Marbella.
A lot of people will probably say I'm absolute Looney Tunes for this, but I actually think if he was injured, he'd have played with Celtic a long time.
I'm afraid that's all we've got time for, folks.
I think in terms of his ability, Delt wasn't a bad player. I can remember his debut. I was at his debut, and his first 45 was Ross County. He was blistering pace. He was taking guys on. I was thinking, yeah, we've got some decent, and then half time he was half injured, and that was
the only blisters he had that day was a Manzi hamstring after the final whistle.
That was kind of his story career. And a lot of people say that it was a flop, it was a failure, and he wasn't good. Aye, maybe because we paid £2.5-3 million for him, but
I think he flattered it. It was one of the ones, Ryan. I think he came with that kind of profile, didn't he?
I think it was just injuries caught with him, and I want to say that he was one of the worst players, because own ability-wise, in my opinion anyway, it wasn't. It was just a shame that injuries, but see, to be fair, the club, as much as his ability-wise, he was good, and he played in Europe. He played against Real Madrid at Ajax. He was playing Ajax. His injury profile wasn't great before we signed him, so you've got to look at the guys who signed these players. That's why I think now as well, I think we've signed a few guys recently this season, the year before, even with Ange. 1 or 2 guys who were only fully fit when they signed, or guys who had previous injuries. We've got to, I know players get injuries, I get that, but try and sign the guys when they're fully fit. Don't sign them and then have to wait 4 months till they're fully fit. Because for me, mate, I think that's crazy and that's bad business in my opinion.
Yeah, no, 100%. No, I think the team personally, but Joe Hart, Alistair Johnston, I think Cameron Carter-Vickers will come back in. Ryan, I know people are going to say this might be crazy to do it, but I think it will be ready
crazy.
to play.
No.
And I think Liam Scales will play beside him. And I think it'll be Greg Taylor.
Ridiculous.
I think it'll be Greg Taylor. I think it will be Timoki Iwata. I think Danny Kelly will play. I've got a feeling he's going to. I've just got a feeling, mate. Obviously, Danny's played the last wee while for us and he's made appearances. I think it's St Johnstone, mate. I think if this lad can't come in and do it, then he's never going to be able to do it at all. But I think I've got a feeling Danny Kelly is going to play. And I think it'll be Matt O'Reilly that plays beside him. And then I think it'll be Nicholas Kuhn, Dyson Maeda. I know this isn't going to go down too well with the fans, but I do think Adam Eder will keep his place up top. I know it shouldn't be, because in my opinion, Kyogo should be starting because he's our main talisman. But I just do. I think that's going to be the team. And then maybe the team will change as the game's obviously going on. But it'll be interesting to see what's kind of going to happen. But all in all, mate, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to the game. I'm looking forward to being there and obviously seeing what's going to unfold.
I know I'm the same. I'm going myself, mate. So after day job this weekend, so able to go. So looking forward. It's always good to get back to Celtic Park, mate. So I'm expecting a performance. I'm expecting a win. I'm not going to sit and say 4 and 5 and 6 because I just want us to win a game, mate. That's as much as I want a performance. I just want us to go and win a game, mate. If it's a 1-0 tap in last kick of the ball, then who cares? We just need to get in the line now, and any victories are positive, mate. And every goal we get now is obviously going to help the goal difference. So because we've kind of closed some of that back now, so that could help us because we've seen it in the past where I think to see Seville with 1 goal or 2 goals, something like that, and they beat us. So that can come into it. So we've closed some of that back. So hopefully that's the same. We get some goals and we can look ahead to the Scotland games during the international break and back into the business after that. Yeah,
100%. Because I'm a big Scotland fan as well, so I like to see Scotland play when they do. 2 really good games for us, Holland and Northern Ireland. 2 belters to get us ready for, or help us try and get ready for the Euros that's coming.
Which we're going to win anyway, so we're going to win it anyway.
That's just a good one. We'll just do an Alan Hansen and Gary Lineker here the now, and we'll just tell you, there's no point he's watching because we're just going to run riot.
Just got to turn up.
We'll be drinking. The players can, as far as I know, Steve Clark's told them they can have a beer at half time and everything. They can just enjoy themselves, and that relaxes them even more. Do you know what I mean? And they can just go and do their things. But that brings us to the end of our re-chat tonight, folks. What I will say is, you've probably seen on your running bar throughout this podcast tonight that the Celtic Unrestricted View is doing a bonus ball. Anyone want to take part, it's £2 entry for the bonus ball for a chance to win this lovely signed frame by Chris Sutton, kindly donated to us by MCM Framing Services, Mr. John Mullaney, and Hoops Memorabilia. So as I say, folks, if you're going to take part in it, you can send your money via the PayPal that's set up. There it's there on screen for you. RyanClifford9@aol.co.uk. Please leave a message when you do so to let us know what it is you're looking for. When we see the amount, it's quite easy to calculate how many balls that people are after. We've not really spoke about it a lot tonight because the other night it was just a lot of balls mentioned and stuff like that. So it's we've tried to kind of stay away from that tonight. Just talk a bit more on the football. But yeah, if anyone wants to take part, please contact us. If anybody's looking for any other information, don't hesitate to reach out on any social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram or TikTok. And you can also message myself or Ryan personally as well on those platforms, as we do have our own pages as well as the Celtic Unrestricted View pages as well. Ryan, is there anything else you want to add in terms of the bonus ball or anything else?
Yeah, just if you want to get in contact with us, if you do want a number or a ball, just contact us through any sort of social media platform, if it's YouTube, if it's through me and JP's personal accounts, or if it's through the community section of YouTube, or the Celtic Unrestricted View TikTok and Facebook page, anything at all. Just let us know your name and the number, and once you're paid, we'll let you know that it's down. And yeah, just look forward to the game Saturday and hopefully 3 points.
Yeah, hopefully a massive 3 points, a good performance for the team. Send us into the international break all happy. We'll be back on Monday evening for the post-match chat about what happened on tomorrow, Saturday. And but for my good self, massive hail. Have a lovely weekend, folks, as well. Take care. Hope to hear from some of you soon in terms of the bonus ball. If I don't get a chance to speak to you, take care and enjoy. And
take care.
Enjoy the game and be safe.
Hail.
Peace later, folks.
Hi folks, JP here from the podcast. Just to let you all know that the podcast is sponsored by AB Entertainment, and the AB stands for Mr. Alec Beveridge. It's a DJ and entertainment business. Alex is on Facebook and Instagram, and you can hit him up through the WhatsApp for any bookings on 07845 746 092. And also folks, the podcast has taken on a new partner, and we're partnered by MCM Framing Services and Hoops Memorabilia. If you want any jerseys, or if you've got any memorabilia sitting around you want framed or anything looked after that way, contact John Mullaney, and you can get him at johnmullaney0971@gmail.com, or contact him on his mobile 07835 072 582. And here at the Unrestricted View, we hope you're all enjoying the content, and if you are, please like and subscribe. It's free to do so, and also share amongst your Celtic family as well. Hail from all of us.